Hello, everybody. My name is Roberto Carlos Ramirez Hernandez. And now I am going to explain some important details of the total physical response method. Well, we can start mention when was originated this method and who was the inventor of creator. One, the total physical response method was mainly developed by James Asher, an American professor of psychology in the 1960s. Total physical response, or TPR, is based on the theory that the memory is enhanced through association with physical movement. It is also closely associated with theory of mother tongue language acquisition in very young children where they respond physical to parent commands such as look at mommy or give me the ball. TPR as an approach to teaching a second language is based first in or listening, and this is linked to physical action, which are designed to reinforce comprehension of particular basic item. Two, the most important underlying principle of the total physical response is that is a method of teaching language or vocabulary concept by using physical movement to react to verbal input. The process mimics the way that infants learn their first language, and it reduces student inhibition and lower stress. The purpose of TPR is to create a brain link between speech in action to boost language and vocabulary learning. Three, the teacher roles in the classroom. The teacher plays the role of parent. She starts by saying a word, jump, or a phrase. Look at the board and demonstrating an action. The teacher then say the command and the student all do the action. After repeating a few times, it is possible to extend this by asking the student to repeat the word as they do the action. When they feel confident with the word or phrase, you can then ask the student to direct each other or the whole class. It is more effective if the students are standing in a circle around the teacher, and you can even encourage them to walk around as they do the action. 4. A student role in total physical response, they have the primary roles of listener and performer student. Listen attentively and respond physically to commands given by the teacher. Learners are required to respond both individually and collectively. 5. According to some personal research, I found that one of this method flaw is that when a teacher uses TPR in their lesson, they will have trouble teaching abstract vocabulary or expression. But in my personal point of view, I think there isn't any negative aspect. 6. Some advantage of TPR are it's fun and easy. It it does not require a great deal of preparation of the part of the teacher. It is a good tool for learning vocabulary, and class size does not need to be a problem. There is no age barrier. And some disadvantage of TPR are TPR doesn't really allow the student to express themselves in a creative way. It is limited since everything cannot be explained with this method. It must be combined with other approach. 7. I consider the PR method is effective to develop a speaking skill in EFL beginner. Students could use English to communicate with their partners, and the teacher using basic vocabulary, correct pronunciation, and some fluency. After applying the method as a conclusion, total physical response help beginner to get familiar with the language and learn English with the use of movement, mimic, and gesturing, making a student produce English to communicate. 8. I consider the TPR it works with both a small and large group. It can be used in large or small classes. It doesn't really matter how many students you have as long as you are prepared to take the lead. The student will follow. The physical action get across the meaning effectively so that all the students are able to understand and use the target language. To conclude, this is all I can say about total physical response method.